So today we're going to talk a little bit about the reality of things and the reality of what I've come to find out, or from my experiences at least, to give you guys a little bit more better insight and fill you guys in on really the truth of bodybuilding and the truth of anything that you really are dedicating your life to. Like I've mentioned very many times, and many people know, bodybuilding is just a very selfish sport. Having to spend so much time, whether it's focused on your diet, what you're eating, or even what you're drinking water-wise, how much water you're drinking, taking your supplements, taking all your vitamins, down to the time away from your family when you're at the gym, when you're doing cardio. I know when I'm getting ready for a show, I've done upwards of 2 hours of cardio a day, and then I've been training 1 to 2 times a day on top of that. So getting ready for a show is when really the sacrifice comes in, as far as the reality of not really being around your loved ones as much as you want, and having I guess you would say like a somewhat normal balanced life. It's really nearly impossible when you're doing contest prep, depending on how dedicated you are to it. But and the other reality of everything that I've come to find out is the more successful that you become, the more time away on top of this already selfish sport that you have to be. It's very hard to have any kind of routine or balance when you're traveling 2, 3, maybe even up to 4 times, 4 weekends out of the month. You're all over. You're pretty much coming back, getting in time zone, trying not to get sick, pounding airborne, and then getting on another flight a couple days later, and you're back on the road. It's really hard to make progress. It's really hard to have healthy relationships. It's really hard to have the balance that I strive to have, that I don't, and that I always preach for other people to try to find in this crazy sport. But the reality of everything is, man, life's really short, as we've seen in 2017. I think that hit home for a lot of us, and it's very easy to become enveloped and very tunnel visioned, at least for myself and many of you guys, I'm sure, that can relate. It's really, we got to try to take our blinders off and have as much balance and have as much fun with what we're doing as possible, not make it as a chore. I talk about sacrificing being away from family and being away from, being in the gym and different things like that. And really and truly, that's not sacrificing, because it's like you want to do it. But at the same time, as I've grown up and as I've had other obligations, now I'm really trying to be a good father, and other things come into play. When you rely on bodybuilding to feed your family, it's a different kind of feeling, as far as you don't really have an option. I've been on it and killing it, and sacrificing for a while. I kind of got on the game for a minute, as you guys know, but now being back in kind of the full swing of things for just over a month now, starting to feel the sacrifices and the necessary changes in my life that I'm having to make to be able to fully focus. And I'm just one of those people, if I don't feel like I can fully focus on something, like I put my 125% in, I would rather just not do it. So that's just how I am. I am trying to have more balance this year with things and everything, but the thought of being on stage and not working my absolute hardest doesn't scare the shit out of me. It just makes me want to work that much harder, and kind of makes me want to be more selfish, which is a bad feeling, because I'm trying to sit here and be and preach having balance, and I'm starting to realize it. Not that there's not a way to do it, it's just, it is very hard. So, the reality of everything is that, going back to life's short, you need to cherish the time that you have with your loved ones, and the time that you do have in the gym, and the time that you do have to do the things that you love, and really take advantage of it, and not feel like it's a chore. Like today, I just got my butt kicked from BPAC, from Ben, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying this process. Having a little bit more balance and not really putting as much pressure on myself to do really well on stage, rather than just looking in the mirror and trying to achieve a look that I enjoy and that I like. Kind of going back to bodybuilding for my roots, which was looking in the mirror and seeing the changes, and I'm definitely seeing that right now. now that I am getting back serious and dieting and actually doing cardio again and all this different stuff, that it's a whole new world. You know, I kind of got out of it for a while, becoming a father and just having a lot of other things on my plate, not really focusing on the sport that I love. But now that I'm back, you know, I'm loving it more than ever, and I really am enjoying the process now that I've kind of stepped away and come back with my flame relit. But the reality of everything is, you know, you're gonna have to make sacrifices, you're gonna have to make changes, you know, adapt, overcome. I always say that, you know, a good champion is not someone that just can strive in perfect condition. It's somebody that can adapt and overcome and survive, and not only survive but thrive from the changes. And I really think this year I'm going to be showing that when I get on stage here in a few months, once I make my decision on everything and on the show that I will be doing. I'm really excited and more motivated than ever. Got to prove to my son that I'm worthy of, you know, that I want to be somebody that he can look up to and be proud of. So I'm going to go and work my butt off this year. So I appreciate everybody tuning in for another episode of Starting From Scratch. We're going to have some shirts coming out pretty soon with collab with Blackstone Labs. So for everyone out there that's looking for some Team Montgomery apparel, it will be on the Brinks that's coming. And then also everyone, I haven't really mentioned it in this series, but use my code. It's just use my name. Discount code is Cody Montgomery. Put it on the screen right now at blackstonelabs.com, and you'll get the hookup on all your orders. So I appreciate everybody using the code, supporting me, and watching this series. Again, thank you guys, and until next video, God bless.